Welcome to Chanel the latest. In a remarkable display of military technology, a Ukrainian drone recently intercepted and destroyed dozens of Russian missile strikes on the city of Bakhmut. The incident highlights the growing importance of unmanned aerial vehicles in modern warfare. According to reports, the Russian military launched a barrage of missiles at Bakhmut, a strategic city in eastern Ukraine, in an attempt to gain control of the region. However, a Ukrainian drone equipped with advanced targeting and defense systems was able to locate and destroy the missiles before they could reach their intended targets. The success of the drone in thwarting the Russian attack has been hailed as a major victory for the Ukrainian military. It also underscores the growing importance of drones in modern warfare, particularly in conflicts where traditional military forces are at a disadvantage. The use of drones in warfare has become increasingly prevalent in recent years, with countries around the world investing heavily in their development and deployment. Drones offer several advantages over traditional military technology, including the ability to conduct reconnaissance missions, strike targets with precision, and engage in combat without risking human lives. While the use of drones has raised ethical concerns about the increasing automation of warfare, many experts believe that they will continue to play an important role in modern military operations. The success of the Ukrainian drone in stopping the Russian missile strikes on Bakhmut is just one example of how drones are changing the face of warfare in the 21st century. Moscow launched dozens of missiles and drones towards Kyiv and other Ukrainian cities on Sunday night, injuring at least 5 people. Russian missiles caused a huge fire at a foodstuff warehouse in the Black Sea city of Odessa, with blasts reported in several other Ukrainian regions early on Monday morning. Ukraine's top military brass said it shot down all 35 Iranian-made Shahed drones that were launched during the night. 5 people were hurt in Kyiv, according to the city's mayor Vitaly Klitschko. 2 of these injuries were caused by drone wreckage falling in the west of the capital. The strikes came as Russia prepares for its annual Victory Day celebrations, which mark the Soviet Union's victory over Nazi Germany. Russian President Vladimir Putin has played on Russia's victory in the Second World War in his narrative around the Ukraine invasion, calling leaders in Kyiv Nazis. Unfortunately, there are dead and wounded civilians, high-rise buildings, private homes and other civilian infrastructure were damaged, the General Staff of Ukraine's armed forces said in its daily update. Air raid alerts blared for hours over roughly 2/3 of Ukraine on Sunday. Worries over Europe's largest nuclear power plant grew on Sunday after local authorities ordered civilians living nearby to evacuate. The International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA) has spent months trying to persuade Russian and Ukrainian officials to avert disaster at Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant, located in southeastern Ukraine. The facility was captured by Moscow early in the war but has been caught in the crossfire ever since. Evacuations were ordered by Yevgeny Balitsky, the Russia-backed governor of Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia province, raising fears that fighting in the area would intensify. Balitsky on Friday ordered civilians to leave 18 Russian-occupied communities, including Enerhodar, home to most of the staff at the plant. More than 1,500 people had been evacuated from 2 unspecified cities in the region as of Sunday, Balitsky said. Moscow's troops seized the plant soon after invading Ukraine last year, but Ukrainian employees have continued to run it during the occupation, at times under extreme duress. Ukraine has regularly fired at the Russian side of the lines, while Russia has repeatedly shelled Ukrainian-held communities across the Dnieper River. The fighting has intensified as Ukraine prepares to launch a long-promised counteroffensive to reclaim ground taken by Russia. The general situation in the area near the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant is becoming increasingly unpredictable and potentially dangerous, IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi warned on Saturday. We must act now to prevent the threat of a severe nuclear accident and its associated consequences for the population and the environment. This major nuclear facility must be protected, he said. Analysts have for months pointed to the southern Zaporizhzhia region as one of the possible targets of Ukraine's expected spring counteroffensive, speculating that Kyiv's forces might try to choke off Russia's land corridor to the Crimean Peninsula. Russia says it has shot down Ukrainian drones attacking the Crimea Peninsula on Sunday. The Russian administration in Crimea said it had repelled a night attack by a dozen Ukrainian drones, though Ukraine has not confirmed this. The unmanned aerial vehicles were launched on the port city of Sevastopol, capital of the peninsula and home to Russia's Black Sea Fleet according to Moscow. The drones were neutralized by anti-aircraft defenses and electronic jamming. No infrastructure in the city was damaged, said Mikhail Raboyev, the city governor. Since the summer of 2022, the peninsula, annexed by Moscow in 2014, has been regularly hit by drone attacks and alleged Ukrainian sabotage. At the end of April, one drone strike caused a huge fire in an oil depot in Sevastopol. The boss of the Wagner mercenary group said on Sunday that Moscow had promised more support, allowing it to continue fighting in Bakhmut. On Friday, Yevgeny Prigozhin released an inflammatory video attacking the Russian military. In it, he vowed to withdraw his mercenary force from Bakhmut, the epicenter of fighting in the east, if they were not given more ammo. Last night, we received a combat order. They promised to give us all the ammunition and armaments we need to continue operations, he said on Sunday in an audio message. Fighting over Bakhmut has raged since summer, with the small salt mining city-town gaining a huge symbolic value. Russia is eager for a clear battlefield victory, especially on the eve of the Victory Day celebrations. Wagner's troops have played a key part in Russia's deadly assault on Bakhmut, which has ground the city to a ruin. Their forces are in control of 95% of the city, according to Prigozhin. But the Ukrainian army says it is clinging on, defending itself fiercely. It is hoping to exhaust Russian forces in Bakhmut, which has been likened to a meat grinder. The enemy is not going to change its objectives and is doing everything to control Bakhmut, said General